The age-old question, cats or dogs? Well, Annie has an answer. Well, the cats at my house win by numbers, 4-2. But personally, I've always favored Team Dog by a small margin. It could still have to do with the fact that when I was little, I got ringworm from a mama cat and her babies and was threatened by my mama that I might have to have my head shaved. And I used to have hair down to, anyway, that was when I was 5. And maybe I need the unconditional love that a dog provides. I'm not used to begging for attention from my animals. Dogs attack me with love the second I walk through the door, even if I was just out to the grocery store. When it comes to painting, I've definitely had more experience with the canine variety. A dog is just more there than a cat. I mean that figuratively and literally. One second the cat is at your side, and the next they're magically disappeared like in Bewitched. The reason for this video is to discuss the many differences when it comes to drawing and painting cats and dogs. When I'm painting a cat, I find that the bone structure is so much more delicate, and the shape of the head especially needs to be formed by slight differences with shading and the direction of the fur. Cats have a more squished face, not as much muzzle as a dog. Fluffy points at the cheeks help to show some of the shape. A dog's head is a more rounded skull with the angles being bolder. This also means that the shadows and lights are usually more pronounced. I find that when I'm petting a cat, I use a lighter touch. The same goes with painting a cat. I tend to make lighter, more feathery lines and brush strokes. And with my dog, I pat them like a drum sometimes and scratch them hard. Same with the use of bolder lines and more vigorous application of paint. Lights and shadows are what give a cat painting shape. To show depth, you have to make sure the fur below the cat's head is a darker shade, even if it's white and the rest of the cat is black. There has to be a subtle shade to the white to make the neck recede. I sometimes struggle with this, especially in cat fur. It's easy to get lost. Of course, not when it's on your clothes or furniture. It stands out just fine there. And then there's the difference in the texture of fur between the two. A cat is so silky, wispy, and light. A dog's fur is usually more coarse, whether it's long or short. A cat usually has smaller and pointy ears with almond-shaped eyes. Oh, those eyes! It is so much fun to be able to use greens, turquoise, blue, and yellow in eyes. The colors just pop. Only occasionally do you get to throw in a blue eye with dogs. Another aspect which is not as easy to show in a painting is the behavioral characteristics. Cats are often depicted as somewhat cunning, maybe even naughty, with a strong sense of independence and often mystery. Dogs, on the other hand, can be seen as somewhat goofy, a little more rambunctious and excitable. Less independent for sure than a cat. A little more needy for human companionship, usually. Sometimes if I know the animal or have enough stories about them, I can depict their personalities better, or place them in their special location, or even just use their owner's favorite colors. I have played with the backgrounds before with animals, adding owner's favorite flowers or landscapes. With this painting of my Annie and Marshall, I added what I thought would be their all-time favorite thing, a whole roasted chicken. I added flowers, lemons, and cherries for the composition and color. With this painting of Betty, I added the flowers on the counter for a dramatic touch, because Betty is for sure the star of the show. And for the winner of the drawing I held at Verona Street Animal Fundraising event, the Fast and Furriest, the completed painting shows Joey, a cute little black cat with some white fur on his chest and beautiful golden colored eyes. With the background, I wanted to bring in some movement and shapes, repeating the same tone of golden color that's in his eyes. Joey's owner, Sarah, was very pleased with the portrait, so I am too. I would love to do a painting of your pet, cat or dog. Just contact me, send me some great reference photos, and I'll get to it. If you want to see more of my animal portraits, the link to my website is in the description. If you're interested in having me paint your pet, leave a comment below or email me through my website. Thanks.